Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Buffalo Wild Wings for the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Charlie Pinson along with Coach Kelly Wells. And Kelly, got a couple of games in the last few weeks. Had a lot more practice time, though, so hope everything's working out pretty good right now.
Yeah, we had a great weekend. We did a little throwback Heritage Classic and 3 games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down at the Pike gym, and had a chance to see the renovations down there with our new floor and the new lighting down there. I'd like to tell you we shot the lights out, but we didn't do that this weekend, so we left some power there. But it was a great weekend for us, and had a little bit of time now to come back to practice, and looking forward to Sunday's contest versus Bluefield at home.
Well, yeah, things are going to get a little bit tougher as things go along. Bluefield's going to be a pretty good matchup for you, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a one-loss team right now. Only loss they've had is to Union College here in Kentucky, and Union's very highly ranked in the Division II side of the NAIA. So it will be a step up in competition, but that's what we're looking for. We want people to come in here to give us some competition, and that'll be a great night. We have a special guest. I think Santa Claus is going to be there maybe on Sunday.
That's the rumor anyway.
I do hear that's a rumor, so we're excited about all the things and all the events going on Sunday at the Expo.
Yeah. Of course, the Heritage thing is nice. The new gym, the lighting down there is excellent. It made it a lot nicer look for the TV show and everything when we're doing the games down there. It was really nice.
Yeah, I agree. It's no pun intended, night and day in there now from when we used to have our practices down there, and we had to put on the side lights and everything else to make sure we had enough. But it's great. We get compliment after compliment, and it's great to have that on campus and practice there, and also get a Player Heritage Classic there.
Had a chance to get a lot of guys to play some playing time over the weekend. Should help you down the stretch.
Well, anytime you can build depth, that's important. We want to continue to try to do that, and we don't just hand out playing time. You have to go earn that, and it's something at a high-level program that you should have to do. So the guys that got in the game all deserve that. They've been working hard in practice, and felt like we weren't as focused as we could have been, as sharp as we could have been this weekend, but found ways to win, worked on some things we needed to, saw a lot of zone that we hadn't seen to this point, so it was a little bit different for us. But I was proud of the guys. I thought we responded well enough to get 3 good wins.
Okay, Kelly, I think we've got some highlights from this weekend if they're ready with them. Week 3.
Yeah, starting out here, and you can tell just the floor how bright it is in there. And here's a great opportunity with Javante Carlton at the very top of the key here. It's one of our fast break sets, and he does a great job of playing downhill, playing off 2 feet, finishing at the rim with some contact. And those are the kind of plays we want to see. And here's Darrell Dominic in the post, working for early position. We need him to do a lot more of this, but got himself into the post. Great spin move, went to a strong hand, and got him a great finish at the rim. And here's Chase Parsley off of some of our offensive sets for a little elbow jumper, and you can see the whole defense goes with our post players who have been scoring the ball a little bit. He got right to that free throw nail hole and knocked it down, which he's very capable of doing all the time. And here's Javian De La Cruz here, going to make a nice pass here to Stanley Perrin off the pick and roll. And Stan's very active, does a great job here. We've been really working on this high-low stuff, and Jay with a great reward to Stan with an awesome finish. And Xavier, that you'll get a chance to talk to a little bit tonight, shot the ball so well. Here's another example of that. Him in the corner with a great pass and elevates up over the defense and nails it. And he's shooting about 55% over the weekend from the 3. So that was good for us. And here's someone we're used to making those threes and making them in bunches. And here's another one for Javian De La Cruz, and got fouled on it as well. Probably that's where he hurt his ankle, and we still had to play him anyway, whether his ankle was hurt or not. But here's another Darrell Dominic with a great move up and under, step through, went from his left to his right hand, shows his versatility in the post when he wants to. And here's Jazz Parker running the point for us a little bit off our ball screen action, and a little set we drew up here to get a guy off the back door when you come into the game. And there's Jay with a great finish with his offhand on the opposite side of the rim. And here's one of our sets we've got several times throughout the weekend. Here's Xavier getting a great opportunity to get this nice little back door off of a great screen off Jay. Everybody hugs him and gave a chance for him to set a good back screen for X. And here's Luke, who does a lot of this for our team and continues to get better at it with blocking shots. He had 5. It was his most in one of the games this weekend. And here he is doing his thing with a great block to kind of get us going and hyped up a little bit defensively.
His defense has really come along here as things have moved on this season so far.
Yeah, he really has. And some of his is a comfort level. He's just got to continue to relax, get comfortable in what we're trying to do. And all the guys love him. He's a great personality, and we just want him to do well. But sometimes he's such a people pleaser that it makes him a little bit nervous. And letting him play through some of that, and the rewards have shown.
I mean, like I say, especially his blocking. You know, a lot of people don't realize how good a shot blocker he is. I think one stretch where he had like 3 in one play.
Yeah, he gives us a presence at the rim, even different than Darrell and different than Stanley. He does a great job of challenging, and he also runs the floor tremendously. He's got several breaks off of his blocks, beating everybody else down the floor, and he just gives us something that we haven't had in a long time, and that's a big, long post presence.
Kelly, look, it's time for a first break. We'll take a break and be right back on the Coach Kelly Wells Show live from Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're here with Chase Parsley, a redshirt junior point guard for you, Pike. And Chase, Kermit, West Virginia, you played your high school ball at Sheldon Clark. We were just talking about that. You know, I've watched you play most of your high school years and all your U-Pike years. You got the nod as the starting point guard now. What's that entail for you?
No, that's great. You know, it was a goal when I got here, you know, to work hard, had to work on my body, work on my game, and lead the team. You
know, you've got a lot of young, new teammates. I mean, some of them are seniors and juniors, but a lot of transfers. How hard has that been to get everybody back on the same page?
No, it was rough at the beginning. You know, we've been here 60, 70 days, so we figured each other out, and we can get this thing going soon.
From what I've seen, y'all have got a really good chemistry. Everybody really likes each other, and that's not always the case.
Yeah, it is. You know, all the guys, you know, we have group messages. We hang out, you know, outside of basketball, and that's key to the team.
So what brought you to Pikeville?
Just the program, the tradition that Coach Wells has here, you know, is great. We win championships, and that's what I'm all about.
Well, you've got some conference championships already since you've been here.
I do. Still want that national championship, though.
Well, that's what everybody strives for here at the U-Pike level. As the Bears, you know, you've got a lot of things going on. You got Dela Cruz out there as your two guard, so you know, but you get a lot more chance to shoot the ball this season than you had in past years.
Yeah, we lost, you know, RJ, Darian Leslie, which player of the year, you know, really good player, and this year I've got more comfortable doing what I've done in high school, and it's been great.
So what makes you more comfortable? Just more chance to play?
Just more time on the court. You know, Coach Wells has, you know, gave me confidence that I need, and it's working out.
Now, Coach Wells, tell us a little bit about Coach Wells.
Coach Wells is just Coach Wells. You know, he's a great guy. Like I said, you know, the tradition that he has here, you know, it's awesome. It's awesome to be in the program. He's fun to play for, up and down. He's a great guy.
Well, now, that is true. A lot of things people don't realize is the biggest thing for a lot of people coming in here is the defensive side of the game. Everybody thinks offense is what it's all about with Coach Wells, but you got to be able to – scoring's great, but you got to play defense, right?
Oh, yeah, and that's what I love. You know, I love guarding other team's best player and bring energy to the team.
I know you got several steals this year, and I know you pride yourself on that.
Oh, I love it. You know, I start on that end of the court. When I'm doing good on that end of the court, you know, offense comes.
And really, right now, I guess you like to shoot the three or take it to the basket. But when you get your feet set and get a really good look, it's what you seem to enjoy the most.
Yeah, that's what we work on. You know, in individuals workouts, and it's feeling good right now.
Anything special about this team?
Yeah, I would say we're special. I think we have a lot of we're really deep. You know, we can play 9, 10 guys if we need to, and it's great.
You know, a lot of different teammates. You know, how you've been with some of them longer than others. You know Javian's been here. Is this his second year?
Yeah.
So you got real more comfortable with him. What's it mean to have a guy that can score whenever you need it like that?
Oh, you know, and I recognize that as a point guard. I know when I need to get Jay the ball. And I know when I need to go away from Jay because he's gonna let that thing fly, and he's a great player.
And first time since you've been here, you've actually got size in the middle. You got a lot more size down low. Does that make it a little bit easier for you?
We got 3 guys. You know, Stanley came, Luke came. Luke was a freshman year, Division II, and then Rail returning. This is his 3rd year. He redshirted. We have confidence in those guys down low.
Well, yeah, like I said, you got a lot of different bodies to put in that middle as well. So if somebody's having an off day, or depending on who you're playing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we switch our lineups a lot. Our starting, you know. And it's good. It's good for us. You know, we can throw it in there to those guys and kick it out. You know, they know what to do with it.
You know, biggest thing, I guess, you know, right now with Luke, what about his defensive presence inside, being able to block shots?
Top 20 in the nation I saw today, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
I think top 20 in the nation. We were just talking about that a while ago, actually. You know, he's a great player.
And a really nice kid from what I've seen so far.
Really good kid, yeah.
So Chase, who's probably the biggest influence in your life? Would you say?
My parents. Can't pick between them. You know, they travel with me since I've been 3 or 4 years old. Come to every one of my games still. Help me get through school. I love them.
Is that a part of the reason you came here, so they'd be closer to them?
For sure, yeah.
Well, Chase, looks like we're about done with time. Anything you want to leave out there with the fans?
Go Bears.
Go Bears. All right. Chase Parsley, point guard for the University of Pike. Well, we'll take a break and we'll be right back on the Coach Kelly Wells Show live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're here with Xavier Gawana, a junior transfer coming in. He's from, so you're from Kilgore, Texas, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Come from a big family there in Texas?
I grew up with a maximum of 4 people in my house, just me, my mom, my stepdad, and my sister.
Okay. When did you start playing basketball, X?
I didn't start playing basketball until maybe 6th grade. I grew up playing soccer, and there was a little trouble traveling and everything, so I had to put my cleats up, and I picked up a different sport that all my friends played and everything. So I think that's when I found my love for the game, playing with my friends and everything, because, I didn't have soccer, so I had to pick something else up.
Well, that's interesting. I like your motor, the way you get up and down the floor, so that probably comes from your soccer days?
That actually comes from track. I was always the slowest kid in my school, like in my grade with all my friends, and I didn't get my speed until about the end of my junior year, going into my senior year.
So where did you transfer in from?
Hill College.
Okay. In Texas? Or?
Yes, sir, in Hillsboro, Texas.
Okay. So what brought you to Pikeville?
We got a new assistant, and it was after season. I didn't have any offers yet and everything. I had a few, but nothing just guaranteed. And Coach Compton ended up shooting me a text. He called me, left me an email, and after everything they told me, it sounded wonderful. I called right back. They told me more about it. I got more information about it, and I made my decision. I think I made the best decision of my life.
This is kind of program looks like you fit into because you like to get up and down the floor, and you're a good outside shooter, can take it to the basket. So, should be something that fits really well with your skill set.
Yeah, I love the offense a lot. We harp on defense, which is what I grew up on. Like, defense wins everything, and if you play good defense, you can play good offense. And I think just the drive that Coach gives us, he makes us compete. If we don't compete, you'll see it, you'll notice it. And so I think what Coach has going for us and everything that he does, he tells us, it's positive. It makes everything go around.
That's true. Of course, you got off to a good start. You had a good weekend, shot the ball really well this weekend.
I seen the ball go in, and that's what I do. I put the ball in the hole.
So what's your favorite part about Pikeville?
Man, honestly, I think I fell in love with double quick.
Did you?
Yes, sir. I think that was the first thing that got me, the little it's open 24 hours for whenever I'm hungry, just to walk away right down the road.
That's a pretty interesting idea. Who would you say the biggest influence in your personal life has been?
My mom, for sure. She's helped me through so much. My mom's my best friend. And, without her, honestly, I don't think I'd be anywhere in life without her. She's been through so much in her life, and even with me and my little sister. And, just being here today, I'm so grateful and thankful.
How old's your little sister?
She actually just turned 18 in September.
Okay. Is she an athlete as well?
She's not. She likes softball, but she just never got into it.
So you really grew up playing soccer? Or was that something your family always did, or?
It wasn't. I was, most of my family, played everything, but soccer was just that one thing that I loved. We were traveling at least 5 hours every weekend just to go to a tournament. And, it was just wonderful being on the field, the smell of fresh cut grass, and just a soccer ball. That's just what I knew. It was just natural.
So where's your family from originally?
We're all from Texas.
Okay.
I was born in Tyler, Texas, but my grandma and my grandpa on my mom's side are from Mexico. And
okay.
And everybody else, we were right in Texas, right where I grew up.
Okay. Now, Texas is a big area. What part of Texas would that be in?
East Texas is right on the edge of Louisiana, maybe
okay.
an hour from Baton Rouge, maybe.
Baton Rouge, okay.
And like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Dallas. So we're, honestly, right there at the corner of Texas.
So, I mean, like I say, I've got used to have some friends in Texas made pottery in there called East Texas Pottery. Plano, maybe?
Plano's over there by Dallas. I know where that's at.
Okay. Well, X, looks like we're about out of time. Anything you'd like to say out to the fans out there?
I mean, shout out to all my family, my brothers, my sisters, my mom. Thank y'all. And I'm out here doing this for y'all. That's it.
Xavier Guana, point guard, two guard, point guard, whatever he needs to play. He's played it all out there for us. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back on the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And Kelly, we got the new NAIA Division I poll just came out on December the 4th. Looks like you're number 16.
Yeah, and not totally unexpected. I mean, we didn't take care of business. We went on the road to Faulkner and to Dalton, and then, of course, Dalton hadn't played very well since they beat us. They suspended a couple kids, and so they're a totally different team now than they were. Faulkner, obviously, as you can tell, has done great. So us being like in the middle of the top 25 is about where I thought we would be. There's a lot of deceptive records on there with some undefeated teams that won't be there very long, in my opinion. So I think there'll be some changes each poll, and I think the wait for so long to have those polls has really stretched it out quite a bit. So you see some names that you're not normally seeing. I think that will work out. We only had 4 Mid-South Conference teams in that top 25. I think that will change as well. So some of that will play out as the season goes on, and I look forward to seeing some of those changes.
You know, and I know you're the Raider for the league, and we've had this discussion many times. It's so hard to do it in the NAIA because it's so spread out, and you don't have, like the national polls, you don't have video of everybody. You just have to kind of go what you've been told by some of the other Raiders.
Yeah, we do a lot of conference calls, and there is a program where we can see the majority of them play. So we do get to see a lot of them play, but the competition varies everywhere. So, like, we can't travel to Missouri every weekend. We can't travel to Illinois or to California or to Arizona to play some teams. So, you know, we're stuck in our region. A lot of teams won't play us in our region, and some other places have the same dynamics. You know, you have the Heart of America has so many teams in their conference. They don't get to play very many out of conference games. So it's a dynamic for everyone's different. We don't really have a strength of schedule, so to speak, in our leagues at the NAI. So like it's hard. I mean, it's a hard job, but we end up getting it right almost every year when we get to the national tournament. We get the right teams out there, the people that they're tremendous tournaments. So can't say that we miss it, but some of these early polls are just hard to get right.
It is, people. If you've never been to the NAIA national tournament, you don't know what you're missing because, I mean, when they say wall-to-wall basketball, that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning local time and goes till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
It really does. I don't know where it ever starts and stops. I mean, it just goes constantly for the entire time that they're down there. So you had one more fact about that. There's one team that is currently at 68 straight weeks in the polls, and that's the University of Pike. So we're the number one team currently that's been in consecutive polls the most time. So proud of that. That shows consistency for the program. And one of the things we've tried to build here is just tradition never graduates. We want to continue to be good, even though we're not where we want to be in the polls. We know we've got work to do and some challenges ahead, but there's room for us to do that. And we'll need a little bit of help now. We've created a 2-loss situation, but I do think that our team will play ourselves into the right positions.
I think so. And then once you get into conference play, those games are going to be weighted more and more because, you know, the competition level changes completely. You're going to be playing teams that are or should be ranked in some cases.
Yeah, no question. And you know, we'll have 8 teams in our league, and all 8 teams have opportunity to win this league. And I know we say that a lot of times, but really, realistically, you know, Lindsey Wilson currently is our 4th or 8th place team, and they're 4-4. They're going to be right there in the mix when it's all said and done. So, like, all our teams are very, very good. I'm anxious to kind of see how it plays out. The bad part is we all beat on each other, you know, and that kind of hurts us nationally a little bit. I think our conference is as strong or stronger than any other conference in America. So we have a lot of challenges within the league, but certainly that's what makes us good. And whoever can come out of our league has opportunities to win it all.
I think that's absolutely, and we have on several occasions. I mean, several teams in this conference have won national championships.
Yeah, and we prepare each other for that experience, and certainly our conference tournament's as good as the NAIA national tournament. I mean, it's a grind, but it is certainly what makes college basketball at our level great. And I'm frustrated that they changed the national tournament in 2020. I didn't think we needed to mess with that. I thought it was perfect, but we'll have one more year to really enjoy the history of the tournament, and then 2020 we'll have to make some adaptations, some adjustments to our great event.
That's true. You know, it was the greatest basketball moments you've ever seen. If you've never been there, it's just something else. Of course, you know, we've still got a lot of basketball moments here at Pike. We'll we got a game coming up Sunday against Bluefield.
Yeah, and you know, it's a 4 o'clock Sunday at the Expo Center, and I think it'll be one of our as good of any game that we've had all season so far. I think the Bluefield will come in here really hungry, ready to play, and we'll have to play well. So our guys are excited about that opportunity. We got finals coming up this week, so a lot of stuff is on their plate, so to speak, and hopefully we'll be able to manage and handle all those things because we know those finals are games we got to win too. We got to win all of those every single time, and it takes a lot to be a student athlete. What we ask a student athlete to do is totally different and abnormal than a normal student. So they've got some heavy responsibility. So pray for them, and we'll have them prepared for everything that they need to get prepared for.
Well, you know, that's true. It is a lot of things going on here, but when that tradition never graduates, that's true. But that also puts a target on you when a lot of these teams come into town.
Oh, well, it's 100%, and then we've got to figure that out. I don't think we figured it out this weekend as well. When people play the University of Pikeville, we now have a name that people want to come in here and beat, and we've got to be ready to play. We're going to get their best every single time, and something that we go through this almost every year. You know, we talk about it, but they actually have to see that every single team that we're going to play is going to give us their best effort. That means we've got to give our best effort all the time.
Absolutely, Kelly. Looks like we're about out of time, so we want to tell everybody to come out Saturday, 4 o'clock, and if you want to, you can come out at about 2 and bring your kids and get some pictures with Santa Claus.
Yeah, Sunday 2 to a little bit before game time, 3:30, 3:45. Santa's got a lot of work to do that day, so come on out, get your pictures taken, and then you'll get to see a great game and enjoy a great atmosphere, and we hope to see everybody out.
For Coach Kelly Wells, this is Charlie Pinson. We'll see you next week on the Coach Kelly Wells Shows live at Buffalo Wild Wings.